what's going on, guys? This is Will from Your Home Ironing Business. Well, today I actually have some orders to do. I got something going and got something back from the dry cleaners, and I'm going to give it a better smell anyway. But I'm going to show you the technique I use with those. Like, I took those down to the dry cleaners. They're back here. This coat I have to deal with in a different way. I'm going to show you a technique on how to clean that coat, because a lot of people have a lot of questions about these coats, and I'm going to show you how I clean it. And it's like the way you should be able to do it. But some people, you know, that's what the service that that you provide. I'm going to get set up, and I'm going to show you exactly how I handle that coat. And then I want to show you how I use my dry L to bring even a better freshness to those pants. All right, so let me turn this down. All right, so like I said before, small tips I give out. Your comforter holder, if you don't want to use it no more as a comforter holder, you can use it as a pants holder. It's pretty cool, ain't it? I put a bunch on there. Just don't put a billion, but I'll never have a billion pairs to go with it anyway. All right, so the one thing that I told you that I collect is, let's see, in my trusty basket of my grandson's cars in there. I don't know why. This is one of the older dry L ones, older. But one day I had found that at a flea market. And the lady was like, give her $1. Them things are $10. And I keep plenty of these. Every time I kind of make money, what I do is I take something from whatever order I make and I put to the side. And when I have enough, what I do is I go and buy more stuff. I've been doing that for years. That's just a small way to kind of invest in yourself. There's all my bags. I gotta straighten that thing out. It's so messy right now. Jeez. Yeah, it gets so messy. Okay, so I told you I collect dry L bags. I only have 4 here, but the reason I have 4 here is that you could put between, I think it's 6 and 8 garments in each one of these when you do it. And I don't really use this. I use this more for a refreshener, like, because the one place I go to, they still use Perc, and I don't kind of like the way it makes pants and clothes smell. So a lot of times if I smell it, I'll be like, because I've had people, I took my clothes to one of my guys' cleaners, and the problem is they say, well, it smells so strong. And at this time, I can't complain. I'm not going to complain to the guy, because he's actually given me a really great deal on doing those clothes for me. So what I'm doing is I just take them home and I just hit these bad boys with some dry L. And it actually does help, believe it or not. Now, in these dry L packages, you could put 5 garments in here. So I want you to think about that. 5 garments in each bag. How many can I put in here? If I have 4 bags, I have 20 pieces. Yeah, that's why I have 4 bags. I like to have 6, but for right now, I just got 4. But believe it or not, each one of these bags that I bought these bags after doing a couple orders. I would just take like $1 or $2, put it into a little envelope and say, dry L. And the packages cost $10. And even the package, the one that has the bag in it, costs $10. So, but the one with the bag, you get the bag in only 4. I think the other one you get 8. But these things do come in handy. Now, I'll give you another thing that I do just because I save these sheets. And these sheets they sell, I may hit those bad boys with Febreze and throw them in there. Like I said, I'm a big time user of Febreze. Love this stuff. These sheets are indestructible. And if you smell them, they still got the dry L smell in them. So I'll just kind of recharge it with some Febreze, throw about 3 of those, and then 1 of these in there. And let me tell you, it brings the freshness out in the clothes. And people are like, man, my clothes smell good. It's just a technique that I learned over the years to help people's clothes smell better, because I don't really like the way Perc makes clothes smell. But unfortunately, at this time, I can't get to my other job, which uses hydrocarbon. I can't get to him, because that's just the drive to work it wouldn't be worth the money. All right. So I hope this helps. I'm going to get working on this, because I got to go back and get my wife to take her to work, and then come back and work on some more stuff. My other car stopped because I need a battery in it. It's how it goes. All right, guys, later. All right, guys, something else. I don't know how I forgot to do this, but I wanted to show you something else you could do to your pants with the dry L system. In dry L, they have these little spray bottles that I love too. And I keep these little spray bottles, and I'll tell you what I do with these spray bottles in a second. Let me show you. They come with these right here. These are odor and wrinkle releasers. That's why I love this stuff, because it helps. Can you see that? Still do it? Wow. Odor and wrinkle releaser. Removes odors and wrinkles and controls static. Love this stuff. Now, when you get done with these bottles, what I usually do is I tear the label off, put alcohol in them, and then use them as sterilizing bottles. Let's see. All right, so like I said, you take this stuff, and a lot of times I usually just hit the back end and the crouch with it. Now, the reason why is because your butt's right here. But again, this stuff really helps knock out the odor of Perc. I don't mind Perc. Some people don't mind it, but to me, I think it just helps it once you do that. Like I said, these have already been dry cleaned. And it's just a technique that I've been using, for years to. It's just a technique I've been using for years to subside, save your pants. Now, a lot of people think that, you can wash your jeans. It's cool, but dry cleaning your jeans do save them. But I do recommend once in a while you washing your jeans. I know people want to preserve the color to them, but you got to remember, preserving colors doesn't mean it's all the way clean. And something else people don't know, in the dry cleaning business, man, when you clean the steel out, I don't know why I never did a video on it, but man, the stuff that comes out of the hydrocarbon or Perc, that stuff is nasty. I've been doing that for years, and I know what it looks like. But the old Perc machines, you had to wear a mask. That stuff's so strong. But with the hydrocarbon, the new stuff, you don't really have to wear that stuff. You can actually just do it, and it smells really good. It's a real unfortunate thing right now that you have to learn how to do something else, because, I don't have a ton of work coming in yet, but it was weird. Before all of this, I had lots of work, both sides. I had lots of work. I'm not kidding to you. I had lots of work. All right, so this thing, you could put 5 garments in each bag. Now, I have a total of 3 pairs of pants. Now, to get even a better, a better freshness out of it, I'll just use 3 bags. And I'll show you why in just a second. Because sometimes I don't have a lot of stuff. So if I don't have a lot of stuff, I just use what I have. And what I do is I will come up with a conclusion on how to make it work even better. That's the one thing I like doing these little vlog series. Let's see. All right, so let me show you what I'm going to do. If one sheet can do 3 to 5 pieces, that means technically, if you want to be technical, you could cut this thing into three pieces. Now, like I said, this stuff is super strong, and I do this rarely, once in a while, because I want to do three sheets. So the 3 sheets I'm gonna put in each bag with 1 pair of pants. So that means that I cut it up and made it equal parts. I know it sucks, but you got to get real crafty when you start doing your own business, especially when you're at home. When you're at home, you have to just kind of be real crafty at what you do. Now, as soon as I get these 3 bags, I can toss these 3 bags inside a dryer. But what I will do to help even recharge it more and actually get even a better freshness out of it, I will take these sheets. And there's 3 sheets there. Those 3 sheets, again, the best. This is the best. I love this stuff. For years, I used to study it. Now I understand it way more. Somebody will be like, what do you mean you study it? Febreze leaves no stains on anything. For years, I was looking for just that perfect air freshener. Hold on. All right, so like I was saying, you take these, toss these in each of the bags, and you zip the bags up. Let me do it this way. You zip them up, and you toss these bad boys in the dryer. And that's it. Let them go for 20 minutes. Let them heat up. And within the 20 minutes, these things will smell so fresh, you would kind of get away from the Perc smell. I kind of like saying I'll cover up the Perc smell because it's just strong. And as you can see, I actually have 2 dryers. And what I would do with those is I'll let those go as soon as it's time for me to go pick my wife up from her physical therapy. I gotta remember to wash, get that shirt clean. Toss these in. And I'll let those go for about 15. When I do laundry, like I said, I don't get paid. This is the best stuff I've used. Now, I think I said it before, and that was something I did on another video, that even if you are doing a laundry business, make sure that you get you some powdered soap. I put that up there so my grandson don't get it. The reason why you should have yourself some powdered soap is the powdered soap will help kill some of that nasty enzymes and funk out of your wash machine. Did not kind of understand it, but it was saying something about, as you do the research, the liquid soaps have more animal fats in it or something. And it was like triglycerides, whatever they talking about. All I know is that your liquid soap will leave more of the stinky residue for your machine to smell bad on top of your clothes. Now, I have not took my washing machine apart, but I think next month I'm going to have Frank come in and take my washing machine completely apart and clean it, or I'm going to learn to do it myself. I just haven't made the conclusion on which one of those I'm going to do first. Whichever one I do, it's going to have to be done. It's almost like anything that you have to have done or fixed. Hey, if you're going to do something, you might as well do it right. Wow, it just got so dark. Sorry about that. Let me cut my light on. Man, we went like from super good weather to like rain to it's flooding type garbage. But I'm going to get this load took care of. And pop. Should be off by now. I still have another order here. I have 4 orders today, which is pretty cool. I mean, I haven't had nothing for almost like damn near 3-4 days. I think last time I had something was like Friday, and then it was like Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's about 3-4 days ago. And again, a lot of your customers are going to come like now with this unprecedented thing going on. You might not have as many as before, because at first I was hustling this and work at the same time. I was loving having that extra money because basically my hustle was the hustle basically paid for my car insurance, all my maintenance on my cars, and I would put a little in my pocket. So it's kind of, that's how it was working. Like I didn't mind having the other job to pay your rent and your health insurance and all that stuff. It's like you got to think, what can you use to pay what? And one of the things I say, if you can't save money, save food. Even if you can't save money and you are saving food, at least invest in yourself. That's the one thing. These $1,200 checks these people are getting, I hope they're investing in themselves. Don't go buy a TV or nothing weird. Just, buy something that you normally don't buy that you can use as a survival system. But you can't just tell everybody that kind of stuff. You can't tell them. If you tell them that, I saw all TVs at this one. I went to Walmart once. I ain't been in since. TV's gone. I seen new TVs in front of a lot of people's house. You know how I know? Because in the trash, when you roll by, you see that big 60-inch screen box. I'll be like, hey, why would you buy a TV at this time? If you could buy anything, buy something you can invest in. I don't care if it's a laptop, something that you can invest yourself into, tools. Head your ass to Harbor Freight and get the stuff you need. One kid, he asked me something. He was like, hey, Mr. Will, what can I do? He was like, I think I'm getting some money back from, this stimulus thing. I said, I always see you doing. I said, you cut grass, right? He said, yeah. I said, but you cut grass for a company, right? He said, yeah. I said, why don't you go get all your equipment? It's like 2 weeks later, I seen that kid. You know what he did? He actually went and bought a lawnmower, all this shit. He bought, and he went to Harbor Freight and got everything he can get. I was actually surprised, shocked, and happy that, this young kid listened to it. And I was like, wow. I said, so how you gonna get that stuff around? He says, oh, no. He said, Mr. Will, I got on Craig Facebook Marketplace, and I got a trailer for $200. He's like, my dad rebuilt the axle on it and everything. So now, he says, his dad helps him around. And he says he pays his dad for gas and stuff. I was like, you thinking, man, you thinking. And he was like, I've been watching you for years, Mr. Will, I knew it. I knew to ask you. I was like, I was impressed he asked me, and I didn't want to toot my horn. I was happy to hear that, because if we could get more people just to think like that. And he's only like 16. I think he was 15, but he just turned 16 years old. And now that he has all his own equipment, and he hustled it. He said, I got 2 lawnmowers. And it was funny because you're thinking, like, how can you get 2 lawnmowers? It was like, he said, I got one that was broke and one that was fixed, and I started buying parts, and my dad fixed it for me. And I paid my dad. He's just like using his noggin. And I was like, how much you get, the lawnmowers for? $200, $400. And he's like, I gave my dad some money that I made over the summer to fix one, and my dad fixed it. And he said, check this out. This is my favorite part of the story. He's been cutting grass, and at the end of this, he said that, this is recent. He said his dad actually gave him back all the money he gave him because he wanted to invest in his business. What a dad. I was like, kudos to you, my dad. Kudos. And I really never met his father, but he said his father came to him. He said he was cutting grass because he ain't in school. He said he's just been doing his homework and then going out doing yards, and he does everything with yards. And he said, my dad, last week, he actually gave back, the money that I gave him. I don't know why. And he was like, I said, because he's invested in you. So what you going to do with that money? He said, I'll put that money away. I said, kudos to you. All right, guys. I like sharing stuff because I like hearing stories, about like stuff like that. But what happened is he sees me all the time. And, when I'm outside working on cars and stuff, he would ask me little questions and stuff. Now, how you get 3 cars? I was like, they 3 raggedy cars. He said, but you got 3 cars. I told him, I said, I got more than 3 cars, young blood. I got probably about 12 now, because I bought a couple while this shit's been going on. I just parked them at the storage, and I'm probably going to sell all of them, too. I want to get one to my daughter, but I don't think she wants to drive. How the heck I get 2 of my children here with no license, and my son with the license moves to Texas? Can't get a free ride nowhere. All right, guys. I'll vlog a little bit more, maybe some techniques on how I press stuff and how I clean stuff, or because I do have a laundry load, so I'm going to show you what I do with that laundry load, and we'll go from there. Later, guys. I'll tell you another thing. Let me see. I got it the wrong way. Okay. So another thing I've been doing is I've been saving change. I've been saving a lot of change. I keep this, so I wonder if I have enough change in here to actually buy my battery. I'll tell you how much this is later. Yesterday I cashed in my copper and stuff, made about $40 that way. That's one thing I like doing, is just surviving on what I can and what I don't have to use. So I'll let you know how much is in here once I cash it in. All right, later. All right, so something I could not show you because I was on the move. I was showing you about these dry L sheets. You can wash these things. You can literally wash them. That's how indestructible these things are. That's why I say if you get a chance, you keep these things. Don't throw them out. And as you can see, I've been using this product for a long time because these things are damn near indestructible to me. Now, I have to wash my bags. My bags need to be washed because I've used them enough times for them to have a light wash. And then I just put those in the dryer and they dry them. Like I said, I try to give out small tips. I don't know how I left these on the floor, but I'll put these to the side. I try to give out small tips for people to, if they start their business, to help them out. Jazz, I'm going to close your door. Wake my grandson up. Let me see. 1, 2, that's 4 bags. And what I do is I just put it on extra low and, got to hook the water up. And I will wash these, and it helps keep them clean. Believe it or not, even this dry L works to pull dirt out of clothes. It does, because once the clothes in the bag, it releases dirt, and the bag starts getting dirty. You'll notice your bags get real dingy. Just wash them. I do it all the time. Once you wash them, I do like this style of bag better than the first dry L bag. The first dry L bags were kind of plastic bags, and they only made for home dryers, and people were using them at the laundromat, and they were melting inside the big laundry machines. So I'm going to get to work finishing this order, and hopefully I get another order sometime today. Let me get this on here. There we go. Yeah, hopefully I get some more orders today for the next couple days. But that's kind of, the whole thing is always the waiting game. And with everything going on today, you can't do nothing but, just wait. All right, guys, I'm gonna get to work. I don't know. I might do some pressing, ironing techniques. Might not. If not, who knows? Later, guys. So you can't see all of it. I kind of got my camera placed in an area the best I can, but just wanted to kind of show some of the techniques that you can do with just plain pans. I've already ironed both the undersides. Now I'm going to iron the top sides. One thing I do like is my mother had got me ready for this stuff a long time ago. That's why I love these irons. I remember I was at work one day, and let me turn my TV down. Hold on. All right, so I remember that day I was at work. I was at work, and I thought to myself, I was always trying to do get rich quick schemes forever, and you can't always keep doing those. But it took me back to what my stepfather said, because let me rewind that a little bit. Technically, my stepdad wasn't always with us, so he kind of came later in life. But my mother was getting me ready for all this stuff early on in my career of living. And what's up? And what happened is, I remember she was teaching me how to take care of my clothes a long time ago. So I'm actually going to try to move this to get it in a better position, so that you can kind of see. Let's see. Can I move it there? And then up? Yeah, that'll do. So I remember my mother, she got me ready for this stuff early, because my mother was working 10, 15-hour shifts. So she didn't have all the time to kind of be home. I'm going to adjust this camera. Give me a second here. She didn't have all the time, to be home. So you had to get up, and I had to get myself up, get breakfast together. First she would make breakfast, and then I got to the point where I learned how to make my own breakfast, and I would do it myself. But I guess she saw in me something to give me these skills, because, I learned to iron at an early age. How? I don't know. I just started. And this has been one thing that I've been doing for a very long time. Doing clothes, to me, is, I think, a good trade. A lot of people don't think it is. I hope that the schools change a lot of their curriculum up now. I hope they bring back a lot of stuff that is needed. Like, for instance, they need to bring back home ec. They need to bring back all the classes. When I was going to high school, they had a fabric class, which was basically dry cleaning. They had culinary arts. They had daycare, cosmetology. What else do they have up in there? Was it masonry? What else do they have? They had a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff was getting you ready for life. Now I see now who got that stuff, because all that stuff was actually free. But as ever so anal, as everybody always does, everybody always tries to find a way to make cash or capital off of anything that's free. That's why you got your Brown Mackey and the rest of those schools. Now, I ain't got nothing against them, but a lot of the skills they were given, even coding, all that stuff, was basically, that was basic stuff that you got for free. Now you can't get that for free. So I hope they bring that stuff back, because at least that'll give them time. And also, I hope this gives parents more time to start teaching their children about a lot of stuff as well. I saw a story where a guy basically bought a genie machine for his kids. I was like, wow. So now those kids they own a genie machine, like a little money machine that you see in the dairies and stuff. They own that stuff now. And I'll say that is wild that they own that. They actually own their own machine, so they're going to be getting the residual off of the amount they charge for you to use your credit card. What a great deal. Only other thing I was trying to get into was bubblegum machines and pop machines, but the pop machines I left alone because I don't have a truck, and I just really didn't want to. I really didn't want to deal with the truck, and I didn't want to deal with the size of those machines. Now I think it would have been a good deal, but some things you just kind of leave alone because you just can't handle it, or maybe it wasn't for you at that time. So while I'm ranting and I guess talking, doing this, I love doing clothes because clothes is a business that has to be done. I'm waiting for it to come back up because, like right now officially, I'm still not even working the job I'm at. Thank goodness I was hustling and trying to figure out how to get the clothes done when I wasn't at work. So like I said, I had 3 places, now I'm down to 2 because he actually closed this place up. But the other 2 places, I get such a great deal. I could drop my dry cleaning off there, and he doesn't press it. He just cleans it. Now I know that sounds crazy. They say, well, why don't you just do it like a satellite store and then drop it off and get paid for it and make more? That's not what I wanted to do. Hold on one second. Let me set these here and get these ready for the other machine. All right, let's go over here, and I'm gonna get this one together. This is Big Daddy. I love this press. It's not ready yet, but I need to get it cut on and get it to heat up, which I don't even have it on at all. So I'm gonna cut it on and get it set for cotton. All right, so let me turn it this way. I don't talk into the camera as I'm doing it. Oh, it's kind of crooked. Sorry about the crookedness. I hope this helps someone. This is something that I'll always do. The reason why I don't mind, doing the clothes myself is it gives me a sense of I'm still working. I didn't want to just do clothes, drop them off, pick them up, take them to people. That means I'll just be driving. But if I do the clothes, take them, drop them off, press them myself, it feels like I'm working. I'm working. Like the last day or so, I've been doing weird things. Like, for instance, I cashed in my copper. That made like $40. My metal, $20. All my chains, $30. That's the kind of stuff I've always survived doing. And, you could mess with your long-term money, but unfortunately, I think as an old man, I want my wife and everybody to be good when I'm gone. So while I got these 2 hands, I'm always going to go out there and hustle some money. I could just sit back and live off savings and just say nothing, but I ain't going to do nothing but getting bad health. I could tell if I sit down too long, God, I start hurting. If I sleep too long, gosh, I start hurting. So I got to get up and do something. So this is one of the things that I do. And I thoroughly enjoy doing this. Once I do these 2 pair of pants, I got a couple more pieces to do in there, and that order will be done for the day. And I've actually hustled, I think I hustled about $100, $200 today just hustling. I like to get some more.
You have a spring for the window?
It's in there. It's not behind the chair? It should be behind the chair, not unless Mom moved it. That's my daughter asking for something. But I hope this helps someone. I rarely do the pressing part, on here. God, this thing is dusty already. I don't do the pressing part a lot of times because I just like doing the work, showing the equipment. So you go. Now, don't forget also, this is a great time to hit Facebook Marketplace and get you some equipment. I remember I started with doing the laundromat, then I got the little small RV washers, then I got a bigger washer, then I got little small dryers. I eventually would like to get a bigger dryer because I like to do comforters. Can't do comforters yet. If I do comforters is going. Hey, close that door over there. And he should have the street. It's in the room. All right, guys, this is Will from Home Ironing Business. I hope this helps. I'm out. Okay, as I was showing you earlier, I put them on here because I want to get that final crease, that final way that makes it look beautiful. This right here, this thing, this helped me out a lot. And it's a great investment. You can flip it a couple times to really get that really good press on the pants. It has a steam mode, but a lot of times for jeans, you could just, I love this surface that is a protective surface because I have my grandson here. It's warm, but it doesn't get too hot. Grab you a hanger. Sorry about that. And there it is. So they come out, to me, I think they come out perfect. It's just one of those techniques that you learn how to do. Once you learn a certain technique, I just started taking stuff at work, and I've always trained myself, even at work, to learn different techniques. Now, the guy I work for, his name is Jeff. I'll say his first name. I won't say his last, but Jeff is a very unique dry clean owner. The guy runs at like 100 miles per hour at all times. Sometimes I just look at this guy. He's always all over the place, but he's always trying to find another way to do something to be more economical somehow. And I think the job I've had for so long at that place, and for right now, he had to make a decision to let a lot of us go on furlough or be laid off because there really wasn't no work. Hopefully one day I'll be able to go back to work, but for right now, I just stay self-sufficient. Now, understanding what you can do while you're not at work is your next objective. That's what you need to do. I'm going to turn this off for just a second. I'm going to go grab some more stuff, and I'm going to do a t-shirt on here so you can see it. So I'm going to pause it, and I'll be back. All right, so if this is straight enough, I got a shirt on here, and super wrinkled shirt. I'm going to just do a shirt real quick just to show you, you don't always have to keep it down the amount of time for it to beep. But most of the shirts and stuff you do, t-shirts, you got to be careful because at work, you're so used to being able to get up under the press and move the clothes around, you'll burn yourself on this thing super quick. When I first got it, this thing burnt me. So that means that it was mine forever because it burnt me. And once something burns you like that, you got to learn to master it. So I learned to not try to hit my knuckles on the back part no more and just smooth it out. Just take your time. And you could, like I said, it cuts it in half. I mean, I could use the iron because I'm so used to doing the iron. I could use the iron all day long because that's what I've been using for years is an iron for years and years. And the only difference is the surfaces are way smaller. So you almost have to grab it shoulder to shoulder. I'm quite sure you know how to do something like that. You could start up here and just do the top part. And if it doesn't look as good as you want it to look, just plug your iron up and you just use your iron. A little steam at the top. Let it go. I love how that thing goes off. It's kind of like an alarm, it tells you. And then if you decide to go all the way up, I had to learn that you just got to go all the way up to the top. Smooth out watch your knuckles in the back of these things. I got my knuckles the first couple times I used this machine. I was like, damn, it bit me. That's what we call it when you get burned, it bit you. Smooth out the best way you can. Throw a little steam under there. And again, these things work. I love this thing. To me, it's worth its weight in gold. You can do t-shirts all day if you have to do it on here. I mean, I'm so used to, like I said, used to using my iron that sometimes I just use it just to use it, but especially for jeans. For jeans, oh, it's over. You can do your pants, your jeans. Your dress pants, you got to be careful with the dress pants because you'll burn your dress pants up. I haven't burned any up, but there's a problem. Boy, if you don't get out of here. About to get beat up. Uh-oh. Let me pause this while he gets a beating. I ain't want y'all to hear my grandson getting his butt whooped. It wasn't bad. He just got popped out. I just didn't want to record that. He always getting into something. He always getting into something. And flip it on the other side. And you can kind of just hit this side as well. Give it a little steam. Because sometimes it doesn't always come out perfect on both sides. And you just kind of find the sides that didn't come out perfect on and you just kind of just hit it. Now, if it comes to the point where you don't want to do this, I just use a swash machine. That's why I like having it. Because sometimes I'll put stuff in my swash machines and they'll be in there for the duration of me doing all this work. And then when I get done with this work, after I ran out of water on this, I'll just turn the swash machines on and each one of those come on and I just work them as it goes. It's almost like You have to come up with your own system. So let me put this on a hanger, and I'll let you know. Let me cut this off first off because I need to do something else. One of my only things that I do a lot of times I mess up is I do run too much stuff, and sometimes that stuff will cut off. It be cracking me up. I have too much stuff on, and it'll just like run all the power out, everything. It'll just cut off like, I'll be like, oops, got too much stuff on. But it's up to you to come up, with your system. So that's a shirt that's done. You have to come up with your system. And the last thing I like to do, because I like adding this, let me see. Give me a second. All my stuff. This is another product. I don't know why I think he's turning like that. I gotta fix that. This right here. Let me get my face here because it keeps. Whoop, there it is. This right here, I love this stuff. Again, I don't get paid to endorse this stuff. I just use these products. And these bottles are ingenious. I actually made my own too. If you want to get somebody a nice, look at that. I love this stuff. A lot of times I will mist people's clothes at the end to give it that really fresh smell. Because that's what people are going for. People are going for that freshness. But you just mist the clothes. And then them things will be fresh as the morning glow. I love doing this stuff, man. But also, Boats to America, my car TV show, if you ever want to check that out. I also have a movie review show called My Mom's Basement 6.4, and I got one called Kenta Films. This is a big hobby. All I'm doing is trying to keep myself busy with this really weird time we got going on. So I hope any of this stuff helps someone. Again, I'm trying to get in more subscribers, trying to get more people to check it out. And hopefully I get some people out there who are doing the same thing who can give me some tips as well. All right, guys, I'm gone. All right, sorry about the crooked camera, but I got a coat I want to show you. This coat here, you can't wash this coat. You can't dry clean it. So just let me be the first to tell you, don't put this coat in a wash machine. I'm going to show you exactly how you clean it. That way you know how to clean it. You just take a soap rag with a little bit of laundry detergent, and you can only wipe these coats clean. That's all you can do. I'm just trying to tell you. Most people don't want to listen. They'll put this inside of a machine, and you know what happened to this thing? It'll ruin this coat. It'll tear this coat apart because it's made out of this weird pleather. And all you could do is just wipe it. Even though it has a hood on it, you could just wipe it. That's it. You can't do anything else to it. Why they make coats like this, I have no idea. I'm telling you that now. So take your time. If you like your coat, if you like it, turn it inside out. Do the sleeves as well. I mean, it's the only thing you really could do at this point. Some people think that they're going to just toss these in the machine, and some of them come out fine. But some of these pleather coats, I have seen my fair share of these coats just get totally annihilated. They'll rip them up, and I mean on gentle cycle. Just to let you know, on gentle. Now, I know this is probably not the most practical way, but that's exactly what the instructions say do. This actually has soap on it, which is actually not soap, it's detergent, the laundry detergent on it. And then I'll take another one that's just plain, and then I'll wipe it down. It's the only thing you could do. I'm just trying to show you something so you know. And to be honest with you, I'll be honest with you, I would never buy a coat like this. Because a coat has to be clean. Sometimes you wear a coat out, and I just take it, I fold it, and I just wipe it. It's just a technique that you can do, very simple. The only thing you can do to clean it is nothing else you can do to it. I'm just telling you that. Now, somebody else will tell you they've washed their coats like this, and they come out fine, and you're insane. Because the coat will just get torn up, and next thing you know, you're going to have a torn coat, and that's just it. Now, I'm going to let this hang and dry this way before I even decide to mess with that part. Sorry about the camera angle, but we'll see. All right, so I hope that helps. Those coats are very unusual. I've actually seen those come in the dry cleaners, and I've seen those just get totally ruined. And when I mean ruined, I've seen them get ruined. They have trim on them sometimes too, and the trim just comes off. I think it's probably one of the worst coats they've ever made when they make a coat that you can't clean, because a coat is worn, and that's what a coat's made for. A coat is made for to be worn. But the only thing you can do is just do a technique to it, clean it, make it fresh for them, and send it back to them. I've explained it to the person like, hey, you can't wash this, you can't dry clean it. That dry clean, it'll suck that thing dry, and it'll turn into ash. I mean, not ash, but it'll crumble up. So I hope some of those techniques help someone today. Get out there and try to make some money. Someone needs their clothes washed. There are people in apartments that may not have a wash machine. I'm quite sure money is hard, but that's why I charge so cheap. If I charge cheap, I know I can make some money. Maybe one day when things pick up, this is how you can negotiate higher prices when you do something for somebody for a long time. I don't really negotiate higher prices. Like, well, I've been doing it 10 years, $25, now you owe me $80. No, I don't do that. I keep it pretty low, and if they have more than usual, then I say, hey, give me an extra $5. None of my customers ever complain. And even if they do complain, we could come to a conclusion and talk about it. If I ever mess something up, I'm like, hey, let's talk about it. What can I do? This one guy in general, I messed his jeans up. I took it to a place, the guy washed them instead of dry cleaning them, and they got that webbing look, and they were those Levi's. So he was telling me, he said, well, Will, you know, my pants are messed up. What we going to do about this? At first, he was getting a little heated, and I said, all right, let's stop. All right, look, they're a pair of pants. And I said, first off, let me explain something to you. I'm totally responsible because I did take your pants to somewhere and they got ruined. What can I do to make it up to you? And first he was just like, those pants cost this. I said, I'll tell you what, I'll give you 2 free dry cleaning loads, and I gave him some money. Now somebody might say, man, you did that. Let me tell you something. I get a really great deal on cleaning clothes. I had to work for it and I still paid. I gave him like $20 and two free loads. And that made him happy because he was like, I got to pay for my cleaning and got $20 on top of that. It could have went worse, it could have went south, but I figured that I'm responsible for it, so I took responsibility for it. Very rare that I mess anything up, and even if something does, I'll explain it to them like, look, this is what happened to that because that's this. And most people are pretty much understanding. I don't get a lot of people going crazy. Like, I did get one guy crazy. He got on my nerves, and me and him fell out over it, and he called me back like, I ain't got nobody cheap like you, Will. So I'm like, dude, I told you we could have been worked it out. So we worked it out that he came back to me as a customer. I said, you telling me that I've been doing your clothes for 5 years? What's that? For 5 years, and your clothes have never been messed up for 5 years? And I made one mistake. I said, people make mistakes. I'm not perfect. And he was like, yeah, man, I was just mad that day. I was like, yeah, but you ain't got to yell at me, man. I'm a grown man. I'll yell at you or your kids or your wife. But most of the time you can come to a better, come to a conclusion. I hope this helps someone. Please check it out. If you haven't, like, subscribe, leave me some comments. If you see something I'm doing that you can help me with, let me know, because I love information. I love to train myself even more to learn. So I'll show you my one car. I pulled all the decals off. I'm going to have it buffed and cleaned really well and, redo the front end of it. But I'm going to make that my delivery car. I'm going to put Dapper on the side. I can't wait to finish it off. But I might start making decals tonight. I don't know. Depends. All right, guys. Remember what I said. Adjust your hustle at all times. Bet on you. Please believe me when I say that. Bet on you. Don't bet on nobody else. All right, guys. I'm out. Deuces. All right, so as I keep adding on to, videos that I like to do stuff, here is one of the dry L bags. Look how clean that is. I mean, it's super clean. So I'll show you what I do with all this stuff once I get done. All right, so save these, guys. If you use dry L, save these. I wash these. I wash the bag and put them away. Now, like I said, it's just a technique that I use for when I'm doing that thing. It's so thick. It's like, I don't know if can I get it to close up? The clamps, I'll be fine. Yeah, so now I can put these away until I'm ready to use them again. Place is a mess because I got to get it together, but I'm going to finish the last of my stuff up and then be done. Like I said, these coats itself, there's nothing you really can do with these coats except wipe them off. And you should have seen the water. I should have showed you how dirty the water was on here. So I'm going to let it just hang dry, and just tell the person, you know, hey, I can only do this, and charge them very cheaply because it's still a service that you give them. Yeah, these will hang. They'll be dry by tonight. Actually, they're actually dry now. Well, no, they're still wet. All right, guys. I'm done. I'm going to get done, and I'm going to go chill out and see if I can go find some more work. You know, and sometimes I hate checking quotes on insurance sites because now I got every person from here to Tennessee calling me about insurance quotes. So if my video cuts off, it's because I messed up again and did some other dumb stuff. All right, so today, this is Will from Your Home Ironing Business. I wanted to kind of just talk about some items that I use a lot. Let's get this down here. Let's see if you can. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I want to kind of iron a shirt while I'm talking. Two items I love to keep my hands on. One of them is a brush of some sort. It doesn't have to be special, but I'll show you the ones that I've collected. If you can find these, they are some of the best to keep. First one is, I always have different brushes. Why? Brush clothes off. Those things have come in handy so many times, and I have actually a couple different styles. So I'm going to kind of work on this, and then I'll probably just do a video on each one of them that I have. And also, another item, if you're kind of getting into this business, you're going to need, get yourself a good roller. When I first started, I get those cheap dollar ones, and they lasted for a little while, but eventually I stepped it up and just said, forget it. I'd rather get something that's worth getting. All right, so I'm going to finish this shirt up. I'm going to iron it up, get it nice and crispy. And I'm going to show you what I do with this. Not unless I have, I have my stuff over here. I have a handkerchief there, so I don't have to do that. So there we go. Nice and crispy. Throw that over there so don't mess that up. Sides. Move the shirt over.
The coronavirus has forced the government to take extensive actions, making this the most opportunistic time for you to find and express yourself, even resolve.
I like smoothing that area out. Gives it a nice smooth end right there. It's one of those little techniques you learn. You know, after you do it long enough. Sometimes I like to iron and get rid of the lint. Roll it off and go back to the job again.
How's she doing?
He must be down there singing.
I'm scared.
And then you find stuff like that right there. You know, lint is one thing you deal with a lot on clothes. So I said, don't go cheap on your lint roller. If you can find it, if you have to get the dollar ones first, get the dollar ones. But the first chance you get to move up, you move up to a new one. I think the only thing I'm investing in this week with the money I make is I'm going to probably get some shop towels and make more masks. Once it gets warm, these things are getting harder to get. I want to get people who want to call me and have them things made weekly. Now, the cloth ones are cool, but I'm trying to make the style where you're going to need when you got to wash your cloth ones. Because you know you're going to get to that day when you got to wash them all and be like, I ain't got none. And I'm just going to make some throwaway ones. Handkerchief stop you from messing up something with all that rubber on it. Because I get a lot of customers got a lot of stuff with rubber on it. I should be wearing my lavalier. I'm sorry for the inconvenience of the sound, but I don't have my lavalier on. And even if you don't decide to do it this way, you could turn the shirt inside out. It'll do just as good. But usually I throw this on here just in case I accidentally go up in that area and fit it. Don't have to do that because I did it the first time.
You deserve better.
You just do it and get her done quick. That's the thing about it. You want to be as efficient as you can. And that's it. Now see, I'm also glad you turn this camera up here. Ah, I'm also glad that I was saving hangers for a long time. I was saving hangers, God, probably about 2, 3 years ago, and I was building them up. And what I would do is just, I get used hangers all the time. Used hangers, people want to throw them out, and I got customers that'll give me back the hangers. They'll be like, "Heck, you're going to give me the clothes back anyway, Will." So they don't never mind giving me the old hangers anyway. Some people want brand new hangers. I only had one customer ever complain like that. Like, "You using used hangers on my stuff?" And I was like, "Dude, I'm actually giving you this. Do you know how much dry cleaning really costs?" And he was like, "Yeah, that's why I don't want to pay it." But then you get mad because it's on used hangers. So it's just like, I've only had very few customers get really mad over weird stuff. But for the most part, everybody is pretty much okay. I don't really have the biggest issue with people. Again, like I said, I can kind of talk my way out of a lot of stuff, and I've not been able to do it yet. Like, I've not been able to get caught up yet and be like, "Well, we about to fight," over some clothes. But have it. All right, so I'm going to bag this stuff up, and I'm going to get to those brushes for you. All right, what's going on, guys? Yeah, I said I was going to do one on brushes real quick, just to kind of just outlay. Let me see how the light changes if I put this on there. Yeah, you can see it. It'll be super bright, but I'll do it for a minute. Okay, so this is something else I wanted to show you that is a good collection, good thing to have in your collection if you're starting a home laundry business or a pressing business, whatever you want to call it. First off, brushes. A lot of times, if you go to the Goodwill, which I don't know if that's changed now, you can go online and find them. A lot of times you find stuff like this one here in specific. I actually found this one at the Goodwill for, I think it was like 25 cents. This is a good one to brush off, your material, especially if you have lighter material. Like there's different sweaters that I can use this on, suit jackets, and it doesn't do damage. I don't know exactly what this brush is called. Let's just say it's a brush, but it's a good brush. I've had it sitting in my thing. I have it hanging my grandson gets it. But this is the one you can kind of brush off pants and stuff when you're working. You can brush off your ironing board. This one works really good. It's just something I found. This one is a very unusual one. I have no idea what this is. All I know is it has a smoothie side on it and it has a brush. I don't know what this was made for. I have no idea. But I do use this one as well. I'll have a jacket or something, brush it off. That's why I said it's always good to have you some type of brush. It's almost like a squeegee. I could use it. I don't know in what. Because I've never seen one of these. And I never really did the research. And it says it's a flexible smoother. I have no idea what this is. But I do know I do use it when I'm brushing clothes off. There are some customers I've had who come up, they'll put their suit jacket on and I'll brush them off real quick with it. That's what I'll use it for. But last but not least, this style. Now this right here is a really classic brush. I remember this one so much because of the barbershops. My dad, when he used to get his suits and the tailor brush them off real quick, or that's why I said this thing. I actually, believe it or not, found this thing in the junkyard in a car, and I just took it home, sprayed it, cleaned it out, and I've been using it ever since. Perfect old brush. These are really good items to have in your your cleaning arsenal, because when you have you're doing a shirt or something on here, a lot of times you do like that, you wrinkle it up. But with this, especially this one, I like this one. It's so light, I'll just brush off the lint and find out if it's a lint ball. And if it's not a lint ball, then I'll just brush it. Now, consequently, this is what I use to get lint balls off. It's just a razor. So if I'm brushing and it's a lint ball, I can just hit it real quick, brush it off. So weird things that you keep when you mess around with this business, you learn it over years and years and years of doing things. Also, I wanted to talk to you about your lint rollers. Now, this right here is a cheap lint roller. I think I got for like $1. I'll always keep it because you could take it off and you can actually add another one to it. But for $1, this is what I started with. I haven't used this one in a while. I just put it up. This one right here is probably my favorite. I've actually gotten a couple of these, and I got another one close to the same style. But these are the ones I'm talking about. They're huge. I've had this one almost a year. That one's the one I started using first. And then also, you could take them off too and just get your, rechargeable ones. So don't skimp on your your lint brushes. I love these things. I can put them together like that, and they're in the basket, and I can put them away. And my brushes, I actually hang my brushes up, which is really weird. And then my razors is with the rest of my arsenal. All right, guys, I hope this helps someone, get an idea about dealing with their cleaning business, and it will help you in the long run. All right, guys, this is Will at your home ironing business, just educating people about ironing because I like to press. This is what I do. I like to iron. So if you like something, love it, get into it, choke the crap out of opportunities, and adjust your hustle, and then bet on you. All right, guys, later. All right, what's going on, guys? This is Will from your home ironing business. Got a little more work in today. This stuff is just kind of laundry. I'm going to hang it up. Got some pants to do. Get my iron together here. And today, I'm going to use, his toys are everywhere. I'm actually going to use my trusty pants press. Once again, for dress pants and for jeans, these things are worth their weight in gold. I like to warm these things up and let them get really warm before I put the pants in there and go sit down and watch a TV show. Once again, you have pants presses and you have everything else. My wife must be looking at me because she's listening to the dialogue and getting mad. But I'm going to hit it right here later, guys. Yeah, it's kind of dark. Doesn't matter. Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Will Foreman from your home ironing business. Kenta Films, Bowls to America, 3 for 3, many different styles of shows. Today, I'm kind of working on my downtime, watching some Star Trek and working on my downtime. So I want to share some of the things I do since I've been down. I've just been building and building up because when summer comes, I am still going to look for some type of work because I got to work. When I mean got to work is I'm used to working, so I don't mind working a couple days here and there and doing something. And I actually have a couple leads on a different job, different jobs, because I just have a weird feeling I'm not going back to the one I was at. If I do go back, then good, but I'm thinking I'm not. So to all those who don't have jobs, I hope you're invested in yourself while you're off. Like I said, I'm in a kind of I'm not in a bad position. I'm actually lucky where I'm at. I'm not even going to say lucky. It's just something I've been doing for years and years. But I don't know. I hope you're invested in yourself. There is going to come a time when things are going to go differently. Nothing will ever be the same. And as I said before on even Facebook, nothing in this is fair. Nothing about this is fair. So I just want people to not think that, there is no fairness in this. Okay, so sit back, enjoy the video. I'm going to show you what I do on my downtimes because everything I do only costs a couple dollars. And if you sell it, my first 2 sales will pay for whatever I have. All right, I'll explain a little more. All right, so I don't know. Should I get my lavalier hooked to this? Well, if I don't, I hope you can hear me. Okay, so first things first, I want to show you what I make. These are my air fresheners made out of sweaters. Here are the parts. Once this is done, I really didn't want to open this up, but I guess I'm going to have to. Let me see if I can get it out of here. It gets really strong, but whew, this is what I make out of them. You really can't see them, but they're little air fresheners. And what I do is I use sweaters from the Goodwill. I cut them up, put air freshener on them. These things will last for years in your car. Throw them in the back, open them up. The fragrance is great. I have a whole bag here already made, but God, I've sold a lot of these. So I'm getting them together again for the summer. The second thing is I make beads. I make tons of beads. I always make beads. I always will. I'll never stop that. It's a great hobby. Today, I'm actually putting them inside plastic bags because of the times have changed. Putting them in bags will be better than just having them all separate. So this is something else that I just do, just on the side. I'll go in more depth on this a little bit later. I'll shoot some videos on how I make them. But for now, I'm just sharing something. It's kind of the day. I kind of vlog daily on what I do because one day I'm going to have my kids look back on this on YouTube. Maybe they won't find it. Maybe they will. Or my grandson, he'll be like, that's granddad. Look at that. So I got some cutting to do. I'm going to make some, and then I'm going to show you what they look like. Probably show you how I do it, and then show you the bucket when I'm finished. All right, so as I go through this small journey, I like to show you. I'm going to be moving the camera, so sorry about this, but I want to show you kind of some of the stuff I put my hands onto, or put my hands into. But what I like to do is I find all types of stuff. Like I found these a long time ago at some dollar store. I keep them, and I use them up as much as I can. But what they are tiny little labels. And what I like to use are my stamps to create stuff, I guess kind of a packaging type thing. So I'll put one together to let you see what it looks like. Take one of these, which I've done some paper on it, kind of jam it in there. It's nothing special, but to me, it's kind of the presentation on, what you would do. So it's in there like that. Take you a label off and put one on the bag. Now, the actual labels I had made for these, they're tiny, but I don't know. Sometimes I think what I do is I put the number on the back of this, but for now, if I had to, I could still just write my number on there bigger if I had to. Take you a small thing of beads and just jam them in the bag. And so now you have the beads inside the bag, and it is your presentation. So with the times, I'm kind of glad I bought these. I usually would find these at Trader's World. The guy, he sold tons of these, and I would just buy them. And I always end up using these, giving them away. That's why I like using them. But these beads itself, the strand I got these off, I think ran somewhere between $4. Now, I think I got so many out of it that the ones that I sold already paid for itself, even with this paper and even with the plastic. And that's exactly what you look for, things you can use to go further and further. You already in here. I don't know why. I always tell you I'm recording. You always just bust in here. All right, I'm done, guys. I'm going to do some more, and I'll show you what this looks like when I get finished with it. Boy, if you don't get away from my camera. All right, so at this point, I just wanted to show you this again. I think I have shown this before, but these things are invaluable. These are different rubber stamps for different things. I have one for my business, one for my strength beads, large ones, small ones. That's a pretty neat one. Different ones like that, you can mess around with. And they usually come with an ink. So I usually just get black because black works with everything. So I just kind of wanted to show you this because at the end of the day, you can make your own packaging, which I think looks really cool. I should have put my numbers on the back, but for now, that's it. But I'm going to show you what all I've done with this, and then I'm going to move on to the air fresheners. I said it, and I'll say it again. I hope for those who are off that you are invested in yourself. I know it's a hard time. I know this is, things are uncertain. But if you don't do something for yourself, some way, somehow, you'll be too tired to do what you're supposed to do for those you're supposed to help. And if you are broken down, everybody else around you will be broken down. So you have to stay strong one way or another. I know it's hard, believe me. I wish this was all over. I wish it never happened, but we can't say that now. It's done for. And I was telling someone before, none of this is fair. So invest in yourself. I say it again, adjust your hustle and invest in you. All right, I want to put these up and I'll show you what the beads look like. My grandson's running a game out there. All right, I wanted to show you something else that I collect. When I was going to Goodwill's, I love to find these little, I don't know what kind of bags they are. I know these are for cassette tapes or whatnot, but I have a couple of these. I have this one. I have the big bag that I carry stuff in. I love to collect these things because these things are perfect to put your merchandise in and carry them. They're light, comfortable. You can carry them. It's just one of those things. I'm gonna show you what it looks like once I pack it up, but let me show you the beads. All right, so here's what I did tonight. Like I said, I invest in myself when I have downtime, and I always make beads, and I have plenty of them. I actually sold way more than I, had at one time. And what I do is I, make them up again and again and again. And that's what you got to do. It's nothing like, investing in yourself and coming up with good ideals and selling something. And it feels great when you sell this stuff or sell your merchandise. So I implore that, you have to invest in yourself. This is just a small part of what I do, but I love to hustle this stuff and I'll never stop. All right, so here we go. Nicely packed in. in plastic so people don't have to put up their hands on all. Because sometimes I used to keep them just in the bucket, or in the thing where you could just go through them. But nowadays, you kind of got to be a little more cautious nowadays for what's going on. So what I would do is just pack them up, put the last in here, put the last of them in here, and then just zip it up. I'll put those in the bag and another one. But now they're in here. Might be too much in here, but I do like this. It has cushions in there and it'll keep them nice and secure. And these things, they don't get wet in here like this because they're in plastic. So just kind of wanted to show you, what I do with my time. When I have time to sit down and do something, I really invest in myself. I'll show you the whole package in a minute. Just give you a second. I have to do this quick. Good Lord. Okay, so in this one of my other ones I found are my air fresheners. Now, the one thing about this is I have to pack this up quick because it is so strong. Oh my God, it is so strong. I gotta pull these out, put those out, and put those up. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna close this up here. Whew. I love the air fresheners, but they're so strong. And once again, this is another bag that I found, and it's an old cassette tape bag. These things are the best things in the world. You can't see really much because it's black, but I can carry one of these with no problem. I gotta figure out what I got in the top up there real quick. What is in here? Oh, there's some packed away here. I forgot. There's some more in there. Got my Strength Beads decal. I forget I have that. That's pretty cool. And I'll stuff that back in there because those are extra beads. And matter of fact, I will put the rest of these in here. See, the good thing is when you carry your supply with you, a lot of times you find people that want different ones. And you can get an idea of what someone wants and communicate with them. And you can get more. I kind of can't wait till the summer comes when all this, the one thing, I know still be social distancing, but at least I can get out and sell and make a couple dollars off this. All right, guys, I'm going to do one of the air fresheners and let you see what that looks like. Okay, so I can't make the bigger ones right now because I ran out of the bigger bags. So I'm just going to make a small one and show you what it looks like. I have lots of material. I'm going to work on these probably the next couple hours just to make them because I wasn't aware I sold that many, I guess, air fresheners. So to make a smaller one, I just cut a little piece of material. And let me reiterate, once you do this, get you some really good scissors. I think these cost me like $19. These might have been the $9 or $10, but they were expensive. And these things, they cut beautifully. Straight through the sweater, no problem. So what I like to make for the smaller ones is the egg roll style ones, and I still sell those for $1. So it doesn't matter if I have the long ones, the big ones, whichever, the big or the small. But for right now, these even sell for $1. When you cut your sweaters, a lot of times all you have to do is give it a nice pull, and it becomes basically like a string. Something, you just kind of learn messing with stuff. So I'll use this one here. You don't have to put anything in these when you do this. You just roll these up. Now, if you feel as though that's not big enough for this bag, you just say, okay, well, I'll just put another one. And that's kind of how I do it. That's how I come to the conclusion of making the one for that bag. Now, tying them up, you could tie them up or you could just leave the material like that. Sometimes I like to tie it up because tying it up makes it look, I don't know, just a little different. And I love the way that looks once I pulled it. So it gives it that look. What look? Don't know. And you just tie it up. You don't have to be perfect with this because this will never come out the bag again. You tie one in and it looks like once you get done, it kind of looks like a tiny sleeping bag. And even if the sweater is too thick, you're just doing one little tie. That's it. And then you just tighten it. If you want to, you can knot it if you want. You don't have to knot it. If you have enough material, take it and put it in a knot. One there. See if you can get the other one. Take it, put it in a knot, tighten it, and then you just cut the excess. You could leave the excess if you want, but the reason I cut excess off is simply because all excess can be used for something else. Now I have one little one like this. I'll take it, put it in a plastic baggie, and after I put that in the baggie, I will take, let me get some fragrance out, my little fragrances, and I'll use this one, the gold one. If I can get it out of the bag, open that up, and I will squirt some in there. Now this little bottle here is practically enough to fill that up, and this will smell good forever. Now, granted, I know these ain't the prettiest. I've never made a label for them. I think I might, but wow, I can smell that through the bag already. Can't you smell it? No, I'm just kidding, but it's strong already. So now I put this in another bag because I need to kill it because the smell is getting me. But these things smell great. People put them in their houses. They put them everywhere. They do all kinds of stuff with them. So I hope this helps someone. I don't think I have enough fragrance to do a bunch, but I am going to do what I can. All right, guys, just wanted to show you what I do with my spare time. Even if I do just wrap these, I'll wrap them up for the night. And then when I do get more fragrance, I will add it to it. All right, guys, be well, adjust your hustle, and bet on you. Later. All right, so as I was telling you before, I take these and I cut strips. Let me show you what these strips look like when they get done. All right, so now you have your strings. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Because once you stretch the sweater, it's not coming back, but they're perfect. Now, this is the pile that I have when I get done. When I have a pile, I just take that pile there, and after I use that pile, I'll just use that to make bigger ones when I get a chance. So I'm going to sit here, and I'm going to make a bunch of them, and I'll show you what they look like after I make them out of this, because that's all these are. Material. Tons of material. All right, guys. Later. All right, so as you can see, I've made a couple of those, and I'm going to make some big round ones. Now, the big round ones are the ones that I use with the strings on them, but I want to show you something. I'm going to do this with one hand. After tying this up, I have extra left. So after I have this extra left, I need to move these because I need these. This is the best sweater to turn into strings. I'm going to set another one here and let you see how this is made. So anything I have left over, I'll throw in the next one. But then also, what you do is, like I said, I'm going to try to cut this real quick. Let me see. Let me pause it. I'll show you. But I'm going to cut this extra off the top, and I'll have even more for access. So as you can see, it's done now. So I just trimmed it off, and this will go inside of a bag, and it'll have air freshener on it, and these things last forever. One of the bigger reasons why I make these, it was a guy years ago, Mr. Smellgood. I don't know whatever happened to him. He was probably in his 30s when I met him, and he would walk around with a briefcase full of these, and he would make them right there for you if you had to. But let me show you this. You take some material, there's always access left over. That's how you get so far into making it. I should have had my camera on the tripod, but I didn't. So I'm going to get this together and I'll show you how it looks next. So once again, another one's made. Isn't that neat? And then trimmed down. It's another one made. And all this right here, this access, every time you cut one, you have access. You just start with the next one. Now, just to let you know, I bought these sweaters from the Goodwill for $1.49, and I'm curious to know if the Goodwill's open, because if it is, I'm going down with about $20 and buy as many sweaters as I can. Man, that sounds low. Sometimes these planes sound lower and lower. But as I'm saying, you pull some more access, you put it here, and I'll make another one. So guys, I'm just giving you an idea how to make some more, money on the side or find yourself. If you're good at something, exploit it. All right, guys, I'm out. All right, so here they are. Finish them up. So I decided to change the actual price now from the big ones are $2 and the small ones $1. Be pretty good. Can't wait.